but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway.
What's up,
on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Ready for what?
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much.
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
At the 21-yard line.
That shit well oiled, ain't it? We're going to see. We're going to see next week. I'm trying to see where I'm going to go watch the game at. I might put up on cuz to go watch that shit down.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
I'm going back 19. He's cruising. He's checking. 59 mark. Check.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
65.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Preston Smith there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Alert.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Wilson being chased out left. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
So you seen that play?
And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? But you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
Here we go. 8 read. Got to do better. Come on, QB.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Look at me. Go. Hey, Delta.
On 3rd down, Childress. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Shoot.
We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
And he's up past the 20.
Bro, we heard your receivers, bro. We heard your receivers. Damn.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
Man, I've been missing a lot of extra points lately, bro.
But isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way?
What'd you say, Cuz?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
That boy Jair Alexander balled it for me, bro.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rudolph, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. On 1st down, Rudolph. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee.
Don't put your $100. Don't put your $100 on that ticket.
21-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And all the way down to the 29. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
Broke.
And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there.
Bro, they ain't let me
fucking touched him at all.
Wow.
A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd
I hate when they do that shit, bro. Why he ain't go for the fucking pick?
They haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the 1st quarter, so a lot of opportunity ahead.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. Showing it, showing it. Check. Ready.
On 4th down, Childress. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Look for signals.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it staring at a 3rd down and 13.
You got the job right there. You got tight right there. Go ahead.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55.
Hey, get his ass beat.
Well done. And it'll
get his ass beat.
Ball here, 1st down and 10.
Get his ass taken all up and through there.
Offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. How do you get the
man
mojo back?
certified trash?
One thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know you can make your
he still like to play the game.
Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that
This is still fun. He can be down and he's still talking shit.
Back with a loss of 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Fuck nigga, horrible.
From the gun, Childress. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7
what formation?
On a 2nd and 3. from the pistol. Here's Elliott.
What formation, cuz?
Forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So on the big tight end, Holding.
Each and every year, we
Kenny
talk
Stills.
about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in
like
college.
a 92, 93.
So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come up
on a streak route.
Second and long after the hold.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check. Lucky.
All right.
Kill. 14.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to
I noticed.
3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch tight end. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Run left. Hey. Got it. 50.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He can run. Wilson hit.
Bro, I hit L2. Wow.
And the Packers pick it up. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Just kept it like that.
One caused by the weather, of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football,
he didn't look like he was in man, though.
In the rain?
I think
I look like
you
a zone
can,
in
and
me.
it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll
This
pop
is a
out.
quarterback
And someone
garbage,
have actually
though.
had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion.
Probably just gave it to him.
Leave them with a 3rd and 4. The Packers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Childress. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield.
Fucking Thanksgiving was way Thursday, bro.
47-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The first down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of
You looking at his stats right now?
And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
From the 24, Rudolph is going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, boy, they ain't letting me click on who I wanted to click on.
Long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Childress. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Childress. He sets to fire deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel
I like the
a
heat.
little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season.
I like the heat. I like the I fuck with the U. I like the Dolphins, but like them niggas,
his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
I don't not like them boys. I gotta support the crib.
Seattle.
I want them boys to do good.
Now as they come up on 1st and 10. Elliott on 1st down, going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
You niggas tough, boy.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Jim.
That nigga Russell Wilson got that fucking
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson.
He got
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own.
That boy Russell Wilson ain't had that shit last year, bro.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes
that
along.
Escapability
it's not
shit.
looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rudolph. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
You're out. Say. Bang. Hey. High 7.
Any slant?
From the gun on 3rd down. Childress. Oh, he's going to go for it all. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break. Rudolph, a desperation heave for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, It's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points.
Fucked him.
When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway,
they call pass interference, but he still caught the fucking ball.
In these wet conditions, the point after is up and good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports
right on, bro.
Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
55, right there in the middle. 55, go.
From the gun, Childress. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll go again to Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line.
Chase Young, you talking about? Oh.
You draw perfect. Go. Rock it. Ready?
To throw on third down, Childress. And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That shit about to close, man. What time it is? 12:30?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's Wilson to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback with the deflection if you... And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Got it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
He better put that receiver out.
25, check 25, check 25.
From the gun, here's Rudolph.
Oh, I should have just stayed where I was. It always got to come to the middle. Always got to come back to the middle.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Go, go.
On first down, it's Rudolph. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Man, that boy quarterback bad, bro.
Defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
You better bring.
On second down now, it's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Back to throw. Childress eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On first and 10, Childress. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there.
Back to throw, Rudolph. And the pressure gets to him again. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
X3, 218, chop.
It's now 3rd down.
Hey, Delta.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready?
3rd and long, it's Rudolph. Going up top. He's got a man, complete. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11.
Play action, it's Rudolph. His throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Rudolph now to throw. He's going to.
Bro, let me turn around, bro.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Damn.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now Jones. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal on the Seahawks 3-yard line.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Now Rudolph. This is caught. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. They will snap it to Rudolph. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown.
I know he was gone, bro.
Devontae Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Touch 50, touch 50.
Now Wilson on 1st down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So right by people
back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rudolph.
So nobody want to fucking catch. No, them tip balls on this man, bro. They disable your controller when that shit go in the air.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. On 1st down, Childress. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
This nigga overthrowing
I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up, and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Rudolph looking to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy. If they had that shit where you get that dab or 4 interceptions in the game,
I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same
lock me in
the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave him out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That boy quarterback overall 62. Ooh.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
And that shit put.
A gain there of 21 yards. Rudolph on first down. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. There's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. This quarterback now a woeful 5 of 17 thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10 here. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
That shit was funny as fuck. That was the funniest one right there.
Now as they will send this one
Sit. Lay.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all
that shit was so funny.
Where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
It's complete to Lockett. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
I respect this nigga. This nigga kept fighting.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
You think he gonna beat McGregor? I got 2 TDs.